This is your Bend real estate market update for the month of July 2023. Hi, I'm Nora Spangler with Stellar Realty Northwest. Let's talk about what's going on in real estate here in Bend. I get the comment all the time. People ask, when are prices going to crash? When is the bottom going to fall out of the market so I can buy a house? Well, sad to say, in our market, that does not look like it's happening. So let's look at the numbers. So these numbers are going to be interesting whether you're a buyer or you're thinking about selling your home. This is great information. So first, we're going to talk about days on market. How long does it take a home from the time it's listed to go under contract and be what we call pending? The national average for the month of June, which is the latest statistic I could find, based on what Redfin had to say, was about 38 days on the market. So about a month or a little bit more, 5 weeks, to get your house under contract, national average. But here in beautiful Bend, that number was only 10 days on market in July. So as always, Bend has always been a hot real estate market, and in the pandemic, it was just flaming hot. And now it's just a normal hot. So the summer, of course, is our biggest selling season. So I expect that number will get higher over, of course, the fall and winter months. Homes will take a few days longer, maybe even go up to that 30-day range. But right now, 10 days on market is the median. So half of all the homes that you see coming on the market for Bend, Oregon are already under contract within the first 10 days. So it could be 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. So if you're a buyer, that means you have to act fast. And if you're a seller, well, congratulations. It's very much a seller's market with a few caveats that I will talk about later. Believe it or not, I get asked all the time, is the market going to crash? Still, after years of that same question. So I'm going to keep answering that question. And my answer is no, it's not. At least not as far as I can see with my eyes and my brain looking at all the data. And the reason is because in order for a market to crash, you have to have tons and tons of inventory. Like back in '08, when hundreds of thousands of homes flooded the market very quickly due to foreclosures and bad loans and all that. But right now, as has been the case for probably the past 10 or more years, our inventory levels are still very low. We rarely get above 2 or 3 months of inventory. And right now, or last month at the end of July, there were about 500 homes still on the market. And that's about 2 to 3 months of inventory for how quickly we sell them. We sell about 200 to 300 homes per month. It takes 5 to 6 or more months of inventory to become a buyer's market where buyers really have the upper hand. So right now, at just about 2.5 months of inventory, we are still in a strong, mostly seller's market with a few caveats. And that is mainly due to the high interest rates. And sellers understand that buyers may need some help, so they are sometimes willing to give concessions, to give a contribution to the buyer. And sometimes what the buyer does is offer a higher price in order to get more money coming back to them. And that works really well. That's a situation for a seller that I have right now. And the buyer offered higher, so they're getting a bunch of money back, and thankfully it appraised at the higher number. So that's the only problem with doing that, is you just have to make sure the house will appraise at that higher value. Now, I'm sure you're all waiting for that new median sale price, and I'm going to get to that. Just a few more numbers to get through here. So pending sales gives you a little idea of what's coming in the months ahead. So our pending numbers for July were strong at 219. So hoping for a strong month of closings in August. So how many homes are we actually selling? Well, right now our sold numbers are down about 19% year over year and about 17% down from June to July. So August numbers should probably be about the same as July, maybe a little lower, and then they'll taper off as we go through the fall and winter months. Just one more statistic before we get to that new median sale price. And give me a guess, put a comment down below. Tell me if you think that price is going to be higher or lower than it was in June. So from June to July, do you think our prices went up or went down? The number I want to talk about right now is called percent of original price. This basically lets you know how much of a discount sellers are having to give to buyers to get their home sold. And actually that number for July was 100%. So 50% of the homes sold above their list price, over that 100% mark, and 50% of them sold below that 100% mark. The previous month in June, that number was 99.2. So it's been pretty high, and that tells you that we have a healthy real estate market and that prices are being adjusted. We aren't seeing huge price reductions, hundreds of thousands of dollars coming off the price. Realtors and sellers are getting a little savvy, and we are all understanding the market conditions and pricing homes closer to the real price that a buyer is actually willing to pay. So in Bend, our homes are selling very close to full price. Okay, so here's what you've been waiting for. Last month, we're talking about July stats. So June, the median sale price in Bend, single family homes only, was $815,000. And for the month of July, we landed at $818,000. So we are up a little bit, just a tiny bit, and we're up about 2% over last year. So $818,000 is the median price of homes that sold last month. Yes, that's a high price, and Bend is getting more and more expensive and more challenging for that lower price point, which I consider in Bend, the low price point is anywhere pretty much between $500,000 and $600,000 is the lower end of our market. So to wrap it up, we are still in a seller's market. Sellers really have the advantage not to overprice their home and not to try and sell you a crappy home that's in poor condition. That's not how it should work. Homes still need to be prepared and priced properly to hit the market and to sell quickly and to sell at their full price. And if you need help either with buying or selling a property here in Bend, Oregon, just reach out to me. I'm always available to take your call. Let's connect and see if we're a good fit to work together. All my contact information is down below. There's also a Linktree link where there's lots of resources for you, a Bend relocation guide that you can request, and I'll send that right out to you. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that subscribe button, give this one a thumbs up. I would so appreciate that. This is how I earn my living, and I just want to reach more people and see how many folks I can help over the coming months and into 2024.